Good afternoon. Back with another quick video. Not going to be on long, but I want to try to get some more of these questions out of the way. All right. So I'm going to start with the most recent question that I got, which is a question regarding qualifying for the housing grant. All right. Now, I left a comment below. And what's going on, Howard? What's going on, Barry? So I left a comment below on your question, but I want to show you specifically what I'm talking about in this video. All right. There's a huge difference between something being partial and something being loss of use. All right. But first, I want to pull up the housing grant because this is what you asked about. All right. I want to share this on the screen. So this is the housing grant. All right. To qualify for the housing grant, obviously you need to be service connected. That's a given, right? When it talks about qualifications here, the loss or, that means one or loss of use of more than one limb. And I'm gonna get into that. And then I want you to note here at the bottom as well. Okay, this says the loss, meaning one, the loss of use or the loss of use of one lower extremity, foot, or leg after September 11, 2001, which makes it so you can't balance or walk without the help of braces, crutches, canes, or a wheelchair. Okay? I want to be absolutely clear with this part because in your question, K-Mac, I just left you a message. I'm going to apologize to you here in 1 second because I gave you something wrong the other day. Lost where I was real quick. What's up, Mr. B? What's up, K-Mac? Okay. In your comment, you said you had partial. Okay. I'm going to try to distinguish partial and loss of use one more time. Partial basically means that you still have function. You may not be able to make a fist, but you can still move your hands. You can still manipulate your fingers. If they ask you to pick up something, you can pick up something and put it in your hand. That's partial. Loss of use is this. You have no remaining function. It is just like having a prosthetic, right? This is no different. If your hand is like that, you can't raise it. You can't move your fingers. You can't do nothing. That is called loss of use. Completely different than partial. If you are partially paralyzed in all your limbs, but you can still get up and walk with no problem. You can still eat with no problem. You can still open a car door with no problem. You can still drive with no problem. They're not going to grant you that because it's partial. You're not total. Loss of use is total, meaning boom, nothing. Foot drop. Let me explain what foot drop is because I get this again. Foot drop, meaning your foot hangs. You can't raise it. You can't do nothing with it. It hangs. So therefore, you get an AFO. An AFO keeps your foot like this. So when you lift your foot, everything lifts with it. And you basically walk. Your gait is not normal. You're walking with a limp. If you ever notice in any videos on my other channel, I'm always behind the girls that I have with me. Why is that? Because I can't keep up with them. I walk very gently and I walk with a limp because I'm wearing this AFO and 2 knee braces. So I just described to you exactly how I ended up getting the housing grant. The last part of it where it talks about loss of use, foot or lower leg, and then you need the rating. Now, some people out there have a loss of use rating, but you need a minimum of 40% to qualify. I'm going to repeat that. You may have loss of use, but you need a minimum of 40%, 40 to qualify. Okay? Who else we got here? Okay, Mr. Mac, let me apologize to you. You asked me a question the other day. I don't know what I was thinking about. I ended up getting that question again, and I called my buddy in Phoenix and talked to him about it. All right, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. All right, because K-Mac asked me the same question, and I gave K-Mac some misinformation. My apologies, K-Mac. All right, here we have TDIU, right? Let's look at the qualifications for TDIU. Okay. You know you need to be service connected. Let's start there. That's the basic premise. Service connected. You're not service connected, I'm not talking to you. All right. Now, this says both of these must be true. First thing, you must have at least one service connected disability rating at 60% or more disabling, okay? Or two or more service connected disabilities with at least one rating at 70% or more disabling and a combined rating of 70% or more. So the numbers you gave me, K-Mac, you do qualify. Okay. Now, I left you a message about the rest, and I'm not going to put it out here because that's your personal info. But I'm going to just say this, K-Mac. Listen to the WhatsApp message that I left you, and maybe that'll help you out a little further, because I talked to someone who actually works in Phoenix about this, because you and another gentleman asked me this question, and I wanted to make sure I put it out there what these qualifications are. Now, the second part of this is you can't hold a job down, a steady job that supports you financially or your family financially, known as subsistence gainful employment because of your service-connected disabilities. Odd jobs, marginal employment does not count. Okay. Let's see what I said. In certain cases, for example, if you need to be in the hospital often, you may qualify at a lower disability rating. Okay. All right. We got that, guys. When it comes to TDIU, does everybody get that? Right. Clearly went over it. All right. So that covers partial versus loss of use. I just covered qualifications for TDIU. One other thing I want to cover before I get off here, right? I spoke earlier about Social Security, right? There have been 4 different messages I received where people have gone to their My Social Security account, and I advise you guys who are overseas, you have an overseas address, go to your My Social Security account to see if your Social Security has been suspended. There are a lot of people who are checking their accounts and they'll have an overseas address and they're figuring out, wait, I'm not getting paid. Hold on. What's going on here? I put it out earlier. I put out the information for the address earlier. If you don't fill out this form, and even if you call, you can call, matter of fact, let me get this part out of the way. You can call them all day long. Okay. You can call and cuss out one lower level person to the next lower level person. It will not matter until you download that form. Matter of fact, I'll pull them back up. Until you download these forms and you send them to Social Security, there's only 2 pages. There's one form and it's 2 pages. It's a simple form. If you haven't gotten married, if you don't have dependents, you're just going to write your address. You're just going to write your phone number, and you're going to sign it at the bottom. You're going to put in your Social Security number, and you're going to sign it and date it at the bottom. That's it. That's all you got to do. You got to send that in to Social Security. They got to verify it, right? And then they'll unsuspend your account and send you your payment. So calling them, raising holy hell, ain't going to do nothing for you. All right, so let me find the address. No. Okay, here is the form, SSA 7161. No, I'm sorry, that's for the representative payee. The form you need is SSA 7162. Okay, here are 2 addresses for you to mail that form to. All right, because they're not going to pay it until they receive this form. It's a simple form. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. SSA, show you what it is. 7162. It's a very basic form, man. You would think this is something critical that they got to have, but this is what Social Security does. And I think I told you guys about this. There's gonna come a time where you're gonna need there's gonna come a time where you're gonna need to have some money in savings. Well, we coming across that time right now. So this is the form. Let me take this other one off to show you what it is. And it's very basic. First line, you just put the most current address you're at and the current phone number. You're going to answer 1, 2, 3 questions. If they're all no, you don't have to worry about number 6. You put in your social security number. You go down here to the next page because none of this applies to you. If you didn't answer number 6, you go all the way to the bottom, sign your name, date it, send it to that address. That's it. Until you do that, you're not going to get paid. Until they receive it, process it, you're not going to get paid, period. That's just bottom line. Cussing people out, raising holy hell ain't going to do you no good.
Hey.
Let's see. What's up? How you doing today? I did not know you played the piano. Oh, I don't. That's just the background. I got you. Oh, it's all good, K-Mac. My apologies, K-Mac. I should have took my time and actually followed up, but please listen to the WhatsApp message I left you, and maybe that'll help you out. You need to communicate with me through WhatsApp. Okay. I don't know how I can do that, Mr. B, without bringing you on and then giving it to you in the private chat. Talking to them. It's all good, K-Mac. Talk to Barry, Mr. B. I tell you what, Mr. B, on Saturday, which is tomorrow, when we do the Saturday Night Live, if you come on the live chat, I can give it to you. You can go into the private chat and I can get it to you. Unless K-Mac or Mike Love and Freedom, unless you got contact with them, or Howard, you got in contact with Howard or someone like that, you can get it from them. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait till Saturday. Come on, and I can give it to you in the private chat. Gary, what's going on? K-Mac, if you got denied for TDIU, then you need a vocational expert letter. That's how I won my TDIU case and used a lawyer, Tucker Law Group in Florida. John Tucker is the owner. Good luck. Appreciate that, Gary, putting that information out there. That's how he won his case, by using an attorney. Did you ever have any issues logging into your brokerage account from abroad? At one point I did, to be quite honest with you. My which one is it? Not the TD Ameritrade. Goddamn, Charles Schwab. Jesus, man, my memory. My Charles Schwab account. Basically, I had to get a VPN. So I'm using the Google VPN, and I'm able to log into all my accounts. But yes, with Charles Schwab, even when I went to open up a new savings account with Charles Schwab, it would not let me do it because it said I was using a foreign, how did it put it? Something that said I was using a foreign something. I was using a foreign something. And when I put my Google VPN in, I was able to use it again. So yes, sir, I did have an issue. All right, Mr. B, let's see. I think some brokers like Merrill, Bank of America, doesn't allow expats to keep an account outside the country. That is probably true. I had a Merrill Lynch account. Hell, I got a Merrill Lynch credit card, but I got rid of it, man. That is true. That is true. If you're overseas, a lot of these brokerage firms will not allow you to use it if they know you're outside the country. So if you're using an internet or service from outside the country, yeah, some of them are not going to allow you to open an account, to do anything with your account. They won't even allow you to use it. Hell, there's some other regular services like Home Depot. You can't do nothing with Home Depot. Walmart, some of them won't even allow you to use their services at all. Let me show you guys real quick. So for those of you who have Google accounts, right? Say you have a Pixel. If you have the newest Pixel, the VPN is free. Okay, so if you're getting ready to travel, and you have the new Pixel 7, whether it's the 7 or the 7 Pro, the VPN is free. If you have an older Pixel, if you have the Google account, the Google One account, right? It's like a subscription service, like with YouTube, right? It's called Google One. Let me show you what this app looks like real quick. I got to take this background off. It's called Google One. This is a free way to get a VPN. Well, it ain't free unless you got the Google 7, Pixel 7. Let me move this background. Okay. All right. So this right here is what the app looks like. It's not a very good view of it, but it says Google One. Okay. That's a VPN. And it works on iPhone, which is what this is. And it'll show a little key to let you know that your VPN is on. And if you go, I can't show all that, but yeah, if you go to your app, it'll say connected right there. And then whatever, storage you got and everything else, it'll show it on there. But that's the VPN that I use. All right. If you're gonna do Google One, okay, see, this is where living over here is cheaper than living in the States. I don't know what Google One costs in the States. I know what it costs here, what it costs me every month here. So for Google One service that includes storage, and I have 2 gigabytes of storage, the VPN service, right? It is a little less than $10 a month. And that's for having it here in Colombia. Now, what it actually costs in the States, I don't know. I don't know if it's $20, $25. I don't know. But that's what it costs here. All right. Have you tried NordVPN? They're pretty good. No, like I said, I've been using this one, and this one's been working great for me. I haven't had any issues. It's on every device I have, Google One. So except this one, the MacBook, my MacBook Pro, I don't know how to download it on here. I got to figure it out. But on every cell phone, every tablet, and every iPad, I have the same VPN. It's not a problem whatsoever. Works great. Do you think it would be a good idea if you start banning sexpats accounts? You know what, man? YouTube is making money. Okay. If I don't know if you know anyone who's on YouTube, who's a YouTuber who can actually talk to you and show you how YouTube actually works. But I would just say this, right? YouTube, when you put a channel on to monetize, say like this video, let's say all of a sudden I just start cussing like a sailor, right? YouTube is going to limit the ads. They're going to go from a green $sign, which means I'm going to get paid for everything, to a yellow sign, which means I'm going to lose 90% of what the video generates through views that YouTube's going to make. And then they have a red one. The red one means you ain't making nothing. It's just demonetized. That video is just completely demonetized. So what happens is a lot of these channels that are that way, they get yellow $signs instead of green $signs. A lot of these people are heavily relied on donations, whether it's Super Chat, Cash App, Venmo, whatever. They're heavily relied on those. Okay. So that's how they're making money. They're not really making money through YouTube. And unless they're showing a clean video with not all that extra in there, they're not making a whole lot. That's why a lot of them, if you notice, are starting to convert from what they were doing before, and they're slowly starting to convert to something else because they ain't making nothing and they see it coming. TD Ameritrade overseas, but no margin used overseas. However, E-Trade does let me trade overseas. And sometimes it takes up to 20 minutes, stock delay, so it's harder to day trade. Yeah. Well, there you go. Appreciate that, blank slate. Let's see. Is it just me, or has the perverse on YouTube out of? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a whole different situation there, man. You know, I don't even mess with that. You know, I'll put something out. Somebody asked me a question on my other channel. Like they asked me a question about $1,200 in this country, and it's like, come on, man, people living on less than that in the United States of America. Come on, get real. I got a letter from Social Security changing my SSDI to retirement. Okay, so you turned, I don't know what year you were born, so you're either 66 or 67. So you know, one of those two happened, and you went from SSDI to retirement. I think they're going to make a lot of changes with, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Now, I want to give you guys a story real quick, and this is why you don't tell everybody everything. Quick story. There was a guy who traveled here from the States, and why people bring cash from the States is beyond me. I mean, I've talked about this a million times. You go get pesos, and you don't even need that many pesos. But hey, anyway, there's a guy who traveled from the States, got here to the airport, had a situation, went and talked to the police, told the police, which, look, unless you like getting ready to commit some kind of crime, or no, not even commit a crime. Like if you don't have a specific reason to tell people things, don't go volunteering information to nobody. These people here are not your friends. They don't know you, okay? To them, you just another gringo walking through the airport. So you don't need to divulge information about yourself nobody asked about. So anyway, the guy has a situation at the airport with his luggage. He goes to the security guard. He somehow tells the security guard that he has $5,000 on him cash in American money. Now, this story is all over Facebook. Okay, it's all over Facebook. The guy then leaves, goes to his place. The cop calls some of his friends. His friends dress up like police officers. They show up at the airport to say, hey, we're going to give you a ride in town to your hotel. The guy thinks, hey, these are cops. No problem. Hey, appreciate it. I ain't got to pay nothing. Take me to my hotel. Everything's good. Till he gets in the car. They get about halfway. The cops pull the guns out and rob him. Well, they weren't cops, but they robbed him of everything and left his ass right there on the corner. Okay? There is so much that has been happening here lately. It is so crazy. And I do mean crazy. But, hey, y'all do what y'all do. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all in that world, it's just a matter of time. Y'all do what y'all do. Let's see. I just read that Americans will need to register fingerprints and be photographed traveling to Europe for. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I got that one. Yeah. I'm not hating, but some people have no business traveling. They should stay with it. Hey, you get no arguments from me because, like I said earlier, there are going to be some people who are expecting their Social Security next week. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it until they fill that form out, send it to Social Security. Social Security processes it, then they'll send it back. But there are going to be some shocked people this week, all this month, who are not going to get their Social Security that they're counting on to either live on or to pay some bills. They're going to get shocked. 66. Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of them. You're either 66, born in whatever year, or you're 67 because of the rules. Okay, I got you. 66 in 4 months, born in 1950s. Got it, Gary. Appreciate it. What's up, guys? Didn't get the memo. What's up, Mr. Lawson? How you doing, man? So, yeah, I'm getting ready to bounce, man. So any other questions you guys have? And, yes, we're doing the Saturday roll call live tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. Any other questions you all may have? You know, I appreciate you guys coming on and watching, but, you know, I'm trying to put this stuff out as it comes out. And if you're on Social Security and you're living overseas, and I'm probably going to do a video with Bobby D tonight on this very subject, because, again, there are people out there who are not going to know. They're not going to know until they're supposed to get paid, and they're going to look and see their accounts have been suspended because they didn't fill out this form and send it in to Social Security, okay? And this is only for people who are outside the U.S. and U.S. territory, who are on Social Security, who have an international address. You've been living full-time in another country. This is only who this applies to. If you're on SSDI or you're on retirement and you inside the U.S. or you in the U.S. territories, this will not apply to you. This is only the people outside the U.S. who are on Social Security. And it doesn't matter if you're on retirement, SSDI. That does not matter. So don't think, okay, well, I'm retired. They ain't going to do. Yeah, they will. Because everyone who's outside the U.S. needs to put that information in there for Social Security. See you tomorrow, my bro. Okay, Mr. Lawson. What up, Mike? Yeah, man, I'm getting ready to get up off here. I just answered all those questions, man. But yeah, I'm getting ready to get up off here, Mike. Appreciate you coming on, bro. You catching us at the tail end. Didn't want to stay on too long. Just these quick 15, 20, 30-minute videos, getting information out there, answering questions for people. All right, guys. But hey, again, I appreciate everybody watching as always, guys. And until the next time, I'm out. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.